wouldn't that be amazing if you can actually be the protagonist where we're reading a story and to experience with the journey and to experience every plot. So the game we are going to showcase next is called Nocturne, and with me I have Bing Li from Grotesca
Nice
Studio.
to meet you.
I pronounced it right, did I?
Yeah, Grotesca, yes.
Okay, welcome. How are you?
Thank you so much, Maggie. It's thank you for having me here, and it's a great pleasure for me to share with our audience and with you the Nocturne.
Thank you so much. The pleasure is ours. So, first of all, can you please briefly maybe introduce your team and what has been Grotesca doing?
Okay, Grotesca has changed name for a few while. Our previous title is not related to Nocturne, is a pure visual novel and completely in Chinese.
Okay.
So it has great success in Chinese. It's called Far Away.
Far Away.
Right now it's under localization process, and hopefully you can overseas audience can meet Far Away also in English this year.
Okay. And what about Nocturne, like the game? Based on the trailer, it looks like it's a story-based game, right?
It is. It is heavily narrative focused because in Far Away we did visual novel purely.
Okay.
And we are so, and we and the players are so happy with the narrative. We realized that is our strong point.
Yeah, for narrative things.
Yeah. So the studio as a whole want to move from pure visual novel to a more RPG focused genre.
I see.
So we had our Nocturne as sort of a bridge when we bridging the visual novel and the RPG. So in Nocturne you can taste the both.
Like a combination.
Yes, that is correct.
Has the merits of you.
Yeah.
So what is this game about? What's the story behind? What's the worldview of it?
Well, I'll try to make it without spoil it.
Okay.
You start with a rather daily event when you find a protagonist in the forest.
Okay.
And we have a special worldview that the protagonist is not born.
Okay.
They are born, biologically. They are
Not
born by
born
light.
Oh.
Yeah, not by their parents, but they are formed by light.
They are the children of light.
Yes, they are formed by the wish from the protagonist. Yes, so they found this mystery character, and our two main character wants to help her to solve this whole mystery and
So they are
find
two
out.
main characters.
Yes, yes, and you can use them in the fight, both of them.
You can use them at the same time.
Yes.
Okay, so why don't we just get started and let's develop this,
Okay.
explore this world.
Yes, this is one of our character.
Okay. What's her name? Let's go.
I actually don't know her English name because we use everything Chinese when developing. But the interesting fact is that we have hundreds of characters in this game. Every single one, when translating, when localizing their names into English, we use a reference to do that. Not like literal translation, but with a fun twist or some implication for the future event which happens to her.
I see. So for now, how many languages does it come with?
Right now, 3, but we are going to have more in the ways to come. Hopefully, Germany, French, and so much more.
So we have Chinese, English, and
Chinese, English. Traditional and simplified Chinese.
Yeah.
English and Japanese.
And Japanese. Okay.
So right now is they are low level. They are in a low level test.
Okay.
But they are supposed to just follow the routine and gather some fruit and everything. But they want to challenge themselves to find more, which leads them to the character we're going to find out later.
Okay.
This we actually have some negative reviews about this whole game pace, story pace being too slow. But we want to do it pace by pace so that at the later game when we have big twist, they are going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So basically, when players go through the chapter 3 and after, has a really positive view to reviews towards the game.
So it's just like at the beginning when the
Yes.
story is beginning to develop, the pace is a little bit slow, but it will be getting better and better.
Yes, that is correct. And as you know, nowadays I would say most of the games tend to be running as a faster pace.
Yeah, like a quick pace game.
And because we are narrative focused and narrative people, a studio,
Yeah.
but we want to keep this in a relatively
Like you want to keep
reasonable,
you want to keep your tempo.
reasonable pace,
Yeah.
to share with them. So we are about to enter this battle.
Okay.
And here's the tutorial. Funny thing about this character is that this is actually a meta character.
Okay.
It is perceived from the player as a god for the game.
A god. Okay.
Yeah, but this character knows the existing of the player.
Okay.
So right now she is acting as a tutorial character to introduce everything to us.
Yeah.
But later on it also shows in the game, and her skill set are totally different. She will use things like machine guns or to like completely different worldview.
Okay.
Yeah. So that you can see right now, I'm
You can
changing,
switch.
I'm switching the character, and.
So there were different abilities that you can use.
Yes, and we have basically everything you would imagine to have in an action game, like the dashes, the switch, the.
What about the monsters? How do you design it? What's
Okay.
the concept behind?
The monster is heavily relied on the world view itself. So the monsters are pure dark.
Pure dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that.
It's like quite the opposite of light.
Yes,
Okay.
that is correct. But when the story goes on, you can see that the monsters are an important part of this whole world too.
Okay.
Mainly because the light and the dark need to be balanced.
Yes, of course.
Yep.
So gradually your goal will not just be defeating them, there will be something developing within? Like when
yes.
you interact with this like a pure dark. Yeah.
So the theory here is that when there is more light, there's more shadow, so there's more dark.
Okay.
So the more character born, there's going to be more beasts and
I see.
monsters.
Okay.
Yeah, but the whole story is not about defeating the monsters. If there's a little spoiler alert, it's about to fight against the light itself. Yep.
Surprising.
So the whole garden, we have the concept of garden.
Garden. Okay.
Yeah, is that the garden has no night.
Okay.
It should have no
It
night.
doesn't have night,
It does,
but isn't it now the nighttime?
right, because it's ancient times when they are when they
I
are
see.
a very big light source.
Okay.
Who was single-handedly created by one of the ancient protagonists.
Okay.
Yeah, and she herself is the light. So she could not leave her duty, otherwise the whole world will like
dark.
sink into the dark.
Okay.
Yeah, and there are a whole very big worldview and background story in this whole game. So we really just need to find out about what this is
Yeah,
all
like
about.
step by step.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I totally forgot to I totally forgot to do the tasks. I need to do 3 dashes, but I'm just
okay.
finding the monsters, so I'm stuck in the level itself. Yeah.
You've been focusing like that, talking with me.
Yeah. We have been changing and developing our game ever since it's launched. We have feedbacks from players saying we are more focused on the narratives themselves.
stories,
The
yeah.
battles sometimes seems too hard for us.
Okay.
So we are updating that there's there's narrative mode where you can basically defeat the monsters without any effort.
Yeah.
We have the challenger mode, or as we call it, the normal mode. So that it can be way too hard. Myself, I play Soul-like games a lot. My favorite, one of the favorite games is Bloodborne, and like Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
When I play battles in Nocturne, I find it pretty
Easy.
no, I find it pretty. You have a learning curve to
Yeah.
that, but once you get used to that, it's okay. It's okay. It's challenging and strong at the same time, but if you are not, you are not used to the, action games, I would strongly suggest to stick with the narrative.
Narrative mode.
Yeah.
So this is the normal mode, right?
I don't know. It feels like a narrative mode because I'm not paying attention, but I'm staying alive.
Right. So what's the concept behind the whole game? Like, why do you decide to develop a story that surrounds light and darkness?
It has so. Like my English is not that good to explain the whole story.
Pretty good.
So it should. We have never said this publicly, but it started with the whole garden, the whole world should be in a sick girl's eyes.
Oh.
And with our UI design and everything, you can see our concept of a logo actually represents the pupil of an eye.
Pupil.
Yeah. So it should be in a fantasy. The whole game should be in the fantasy of a dying girl.
Oh.
And
it's like a.
when the concept develops, it actually gets a kind of too sad to tell the story, and we don't want it to be too dark.
Too sorrowful. Yeah.
So we kind of develop on that concept and change that to what we see now. Yes.
Yeah.
Again, I forgot to
Use the dash.
to do the tutorial. Okay, now I just need to kill them all. Yeah, right now the battles are basic.
Yeah.
We tend to, like in the trailer we just showed previously, you can see there are a lot of fancy battles later on in the game, where one of the thing about the game is your enemy, your boss is, when you're in a boss fight.
Yeah.
The boss skill is always more fancier. More they're related to the battle scene as a whole.
Okay.
And you are just a low level, protagonist trying to defeat them. But yeah, that's spoilers. But later on, if you're finding right now, it's in your dream. Yes. That you would in the late game to choose whether you would like to wake from this dream.
Okay.
It is getting pretty dark and darker and related to our slow pace. In the slow pace, you build every connection, your relationship with your friends, with the person you encountered during your journey.
Yeah.
And at last, if you choose to wake up, things might be changed, and you might lose everything to get a sober, to get a return in your reality, or to keep having in the dream.
I think the gamers will need to find out themselves.
Yes.
So, what about the things that I saw? Like in the trailer, I see something that looks like a flower, like a really big flowers. What is that?
That is our paddle system.
Paddle system.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I mentioned, in your journey, you are going to encounter several your partners, your tutor, your gardener.
Yeah.
Everything we have side mission in the game. When you finishing the side mission with certain character, they give you a paddle representing either friendship or guidance.
Okay.
And you can pick each petals and combine them in different way to give you certain abilities to use in the battle.
Oh, that's beautiful. I like that. So it's like they after you finish or you do something for them, they give you some kind of like a blessing.
Yes.
So you
yes.
can become stronger.
The Stranger Things you just mentioned, blessing.
Yeah.
That is our original name for the system.
But the blessing system.
Yes, the blessing
Oh.
system. We wanted to be that way to show the connection between
Okay.
our main character and the NPCs.
You build with all the NPCs.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
We are about to find out that that one mystery character. We found that in the room.
Okay. So you will constantly see the interactions between just two main characters, and I can tell that they are also with very different personalities, right?
They are.
Yeah.
I would say their personalities are almost. You are familiar with. Here it is.
Ah.
Everything you can see in the anime, and one being ambitious and doesn't care about everything, just want to be stronger, fulfill everything, protect everyone.
Yeah.
Another one being you can't do this. We need to follow the rules.
Yeah, like more cautious.
Yeah, more sensitive and everything.
Yeah.
The one with pink hair, her sister was previously the leader for the whole group.
Okay.
And right now she just like to follow her step towards to burn the lighter and to fight all the monsters. They are pretty aggressive towards the dog itself.
Okay.
But the elderlies of the protagonist apparently doesn't seem to agree with them. In the early game, you always find out, you're always wondering why are they just not eliminated the whole dark beast. Yeah. But there is a balance between dark and light, and we'll explain to you in the ways to come. Yeah.
Okay.
So now they are thinking their mission was to find out there's a newborn.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to find this newborn, but instead they find her.
Okay.
They mistook her as a newborn.
Ah, so actually she isn't.
She isn't.
Okay.
But they thought she's a newborn and took her back to the base.
Okay.
But the newborn was left here.
Okay.
But as the girl they found out and took back actually went with it, saying if you are mistaken me as a newborn, I'll stick with this identity and do what I should.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'll be a newborn.
Yeah. Yes. And the pedal system is actually right here. It's not unlocked yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but with later in the chapter 1, you'll see it.
So now we have this game is already released, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
in November. Yeah.
In November. Okay. So there will be more updates and new contents adding maybe in the future.
Yes, we actually, funny story, to my personal idea as the publisher, of course, I think this game is ready a year ago.
Okay.
And the dev team, they wanted everything to be perfection to the details.
Yeah.
So they take this game, redo it in a whole year.
Oh,
and there
oh my God.
were not a lot of the battle system, the battles weren't there. And this I'm not satisfied with my work, and we need to redo it.
Yeah.
So it took a year, whole lot of budget and time and energy threw into that, is what we're seeing right now. And right now they are actually having moved on to the next project. Super ambitious. It's not a vision novel, it's a RPG, pure RPG game.
Okay.
But we are still going to have some of our dedicated developers to stick on Nocturne.
Yeah.
And either bug fixes, updates, we're going to keep updating the game.
Ah, looks like you have big plans for the future.
Yes.
Okay, so for whoever wants to know more about this game and also for the game that you just mentioned, where can the followers and supporters find you?
We have a Twitter, YouTube channel, and basically everything you think about social media is just to add Grotesca Studios.
Grotesca Studios. Okay, please do follow them. And also, do try this very narrative full of game, and I'm sure you will love it. And thank you so much for sharing this game with me.
Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you.
It's
So
been a
hope you have a
pleasure.
great day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, so for the people who are watching, we will be back in a minute, and there are more indie games to come.